Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And we are back here at the Green Mountain Medium. Yes, it's Lillian Williams joining us here. And what do you have going on in front of you? We're live on Zoom as well as on the podcast. Is that like a sage or?
Yeah, so this is actually dragon's blood sage. So it's not that I know we're on a podcast. It's not as scary as it sounds.
Wow. Okay.
But it's actually like a more like special sage where like it's heavier. So it's like for clearing out like more of like the malevolent forces and getting like everything more. So it's just like a heavier herb to use instead of just like the white sage. The white sage is really good for meditation. And then there's also like blue sage and cedar, and there's all different types of things that you can use to kind of like better your protection and better your
So
I like
when you say dragon's blood, what is that really?
So it's just like a herb or a flower resin. I'm not really 100% sure what it is. It's just like a special type. It's like sage soaked in.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for being here. I love it. I love it.
It's more intensive, basically. I know it's like extracted from like a plant and it's just like historically said to do certain things, and it just goes back into like the past and and like spiritual upkeep and all that. So yeah, it's very helpful because like I've noticed that you were definitely very, very scattered kind of coming into this, because I was very, very scattered coming into this. And you see, that's the thing. Once you find your own calm and your own center, you can be that for other people. And you can help advise people there, and you can help people on their own journey towards that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, thank you for being here.
Yes, of course. I'm excited because I can feel you just kind of breathing. It's like, oh, wait, what's the deal? Does the back of your neck hurt?
No, not today. No.
Has it been bothering you?
No.
Okay. How's your throat chakra been?
Okay. Throat's always an issue, but okay. My ear's been killing me for over a month and a half. I did 2 sets of antibiotics.
What have you been holding in? What have you been holding in? Not saying, Jill.
I kind of spoke my piece and said everything last week to the family. And
so
I got
there's
a lot out.
Such thing as an overactive throat chakra.
Okay.
Too. So what an overactive throat chakra can do, see, there's just like with anything, like you learn in basic biology, hypotonic reaction, hypertonic reaction. Okay. So like your throat chakra, instead of it being underactive, which it is in certain things where you don't necessarily speak your truth, but you also, I used to do this too, and this is how I relate to you, Jill. You kind of pop off for hours on certain people. Like there is power in silence. There is power in silence. Sometimes the less you say, the more effect you have on people.
Yeah. I'm usually an over talker.
The other thing too is you waste a lot of time and you waste a lot of energy on people that probably don't deserve that, you know? Like I know you spend a lot of time like typing up like replies for like certain people, and like was it your aunt or is it your sister you were going
my
off
aunt,
on?
my aunt, and my sister chimed in. Thank God. Yeah, it was my aunt.
Your sister, I feel like as much as you two have drama, your mom says you two are still like very much alike. You just butt heads because you're so similar.
We butt heads all the time, and it's odd. I'm like, you're my sister. You should
if you actually look at it from like, I'm kind of looking at it from your mom's perspective, she kind of laughs at it. Whereas like if they could just see each other, like they would from the outside, they would actually see how similar they are.
Wow.
Because I feel like you guys get caught up in a lot of oh my goodness, I can't even talk. So yes, your throat chakra.
Yeah.
A lot of petty jealousy and just things that don't really matter, Jill. And I'm getting it here where I'm just kind of popping off. Like that's the thing. Your words hold a lot of weight. And sometimes when you're just going off, all the time and not actually thinking before you're speaking, because you do it to get a reaction. You do it to kind of pull back. Well, when I say pull back, you do it for that pullback from other people. You know what I mean? You do it to kind of engage in the drama. Like, what I want you to do is step back from it. Like, as tempting as it is to go around in circles and talk about everybody and talk about like what you feel, like it's okay to talk about how you feel, but do you journal?
No.
I would definitely
I just started writing down my dreams.
That's good. That's
But
actually really good, but I would highly encourage you to keep a journal and keep dates. Very important, keep dates with the journal, because if you're not keeping dates with the journal, you're gonna be kind of lost. Keep dates because you can notice like the patterns and certain recognitions, because Jill, you're very intuitive. Your mind is just so busy, you have no idea what's what.
yeah, true. Very true.
Now, do you have animals?
Yeah, I have a cat. Ironically, as yours pops into
Your
frame.
cat is you telepathically communicate with your cat.
Well, you want to hear a crazy story? I have a cat named Cuddles who's a tabby like that, but brown or black. Lately, he hasn't been doing well. He like a few
It's his
months ago,
stomach.
something's been wrong with him. He's lethargic, walking weird, but he's also 2008 he was born, so he's getting older. But long story
There's
short,
something to do with his stomach,
really,
intestinals.
really, and well, I brought him to the vet 2 months ago, and they did an X-ray, and they said all his vertebrae look fine, and took him home because he's every now and then it looks like it's a nerve thing because like he can't walk sometimes, and he was crying in pain. My son pushed him off the bed by accident in the middle of the night, and he started crying. Then he was okay, and then the next few weeks, every now and then he'd break out into
I
crying.
wonder if it's a tumor, because it just feels like there's just something on my stomach, like bottom pit of stomach, back. Like, I don't know. It just feels not good.
And he's lost weight recently, but the doctor did the X-ray, said he looks fine. And then my cat came to me in a dream just 3 nights ago. My other cat who passed away.
Yeah,
I was like, Princess, her name is, and
yes,
she was
because your other cat is sick, Jill.
is that what it is? I haven't seen Princess in 5 years in a dream. I think about her, and she was in the back of my car in the dream, and I left her in the car by accident. And I'm like, where have you been? And I took her with me to work. We walked around the city, and I got cat food. She was just her old self, a little like bitchy face, like Persian, but so sweet. And it was like my cat was back. It was so nice to see her. And I'm like thinking of you and like the messages and what's happening. And so I wrote that one down the other night. I was like, wow,
Good,
wow.
because she's sending you because your cat's sick.
Okay. So let me know.
I used to work in a vet clinic. So
Did you? Oh my, you must have been in tap with everyone. The doctor must have been jealous. Like, hey, I'm the vet.
I
Stop
was
telling
literally
everyone.
like 16, I think, when I started there. And before that, like, I just worked with horses and a bunch of animals, and I always was always really, really, really good with animals. And by the time I left the clinic when I was 19, I literally had over 10 years of experience just working and communicating with like animals.
Yeah.
And like, but the thing is, like, there were dogs that nobody else could go near, that nobody else could touch, not the doctors, not the techs, not any, like, I would literally have to go in on holidays for certain dogs, like every holidays, just go in, because I was literally the only one that could go near certain dogs.
Yeah.
And it's actually sad because like they ended up getting put because he was just so social. And it's like, looking back, it's because I was able to telepathically communicate. Because and like, looking back, like, I probably sounded crazy back there, because don't mind my posture, I literally have this guy flopping in my arms.
So cute.
But as I'm talking about being able to telepathically communicate with animals, he also, like, I would literally like just like, I would go on Easter, I would go, like, if he was like, I was literally the only person that could go near him. And looking back, it was definitely that telepathic connection that was like, okay, but it wasn't like I would deal with like 50 dogs at a time. And like I probably
Wow.
sounded crazy because like I would literally talk to all of them and there would be like, and it wasn't just that dog, there would be like other dogs that would be like most people couldn't go near and I was totally okay with. So, you know,
Yeah. How are you doing? What's
me, I need water and I forgot my water bottle.
is it that bad? You want to get up? You can? No,
No,
you're
because
okay.
it'll
It'll
probably
mess you
take,
up. Okay, no problem, no
yeah.
problem, no problem, no problem.
You and someone want to hold it down for a minute?
Yeah, right? How cute. Oh my
Ooh, but no, it's
God. Okay,
just no, I'll be okay. We'll
good.
make it better. But yeah, it's just like looking back, like everything just started to make sense. Like with horses, everything was just very my whole life. Don't mind my cat purring into the microphone. My life was, as we're talking about being animal communications. But yes, Sigil, it's all based in telepathy. And you see, I have other stories where like a horse I used to ride,
Mm-hmm.
um, passed away. And so did somebody's father. And this was like when I first kind of like started figuring out what the mediumship actually was. And like I was able to actually communicate with the horse and communicate with everybody else and communicate with not only um, the horse, but the animal spirits as well. And it's like kind of at that point, it's like, yeah. So, because like I said, like this isn't my, just, Simba, this isn't just my bit, like it's my life. Like, and it's like, I'm at the point where like this has just come so natural to me, like all of this. It's like, Spirit says I'm a much more powerful psychic healer, all of that than I even know. And you see, that's that's the thing. Spirit is
Mm-hmm.
my biggest fan. Whether it comes to like healing animals, like anything, you see, that's the thing. We are all spirit. And you see, that's the thing. That's what sets me apart from other mediums, is because I believe a friend to spirit is a friend to all. And you know, I've said that before, but you see, that's the thing. I get you've seen me before. You've seen me
Mm-hmm.
have my breakdown moments where I'm like, okay, like there's not much I can do, but here we go. And it's like my whole life, like I'm a spiritual advisor, I'm a healer, I'm a medium because I do it every single day. Like I've been through much of my own trauma where I've learned to embrace it, not run from it, and heal from it. And
Oh.
I've learned to embrace, because we all have duality. We
Mm-hmm.
all have that light and dark within us. We all have things that we don't necessarily, that society may not agree with. But you see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Why does it matter if society
Ah,
agrees or disagrees with what you do? Because you never know who you will affect,
true.
who you are reaching,
Ah.
who you are inspiring. Like, you can't just sit back and hide from the world because you're afraid of the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, there is always going to be opposition.
Mm-hmm.
And what you have to do is you have to dig deep inside yourself and
Mm-hmm.
dig deep inside your own heart and your own hurt and your own disappointment and your own devastation. And you have to dig deep and find that light that society has dimmed.
Hmm.
Because you know what? I've said it before. Not every single person is going to give you. But you know what? It's those connections that are healthy, that are helping you, because spirit, as much of a lone wolf as you are meant to have people, because you can't because numbers don't mean much, but numbers are a thing. And it's that made no
Yeah.
sense. And spirit's kind of way above me here too.
Okay.
But it's kind of like, why is everything a numbers game? Because it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because it's an illusion. Everything literally is an illusion. Just literally sit back. It's all man-made.
Yeah.
And you know what? How is our soul going to be happy in a concrete world where we're not doing what our heart is telling us to do? And you
Yeah.
know what? There is such thing as strength. There is such thing as pressure, because you know what? If you believe in something so much, you will keep adapting. You will keep getting stronger. You will keep, because you know what? Spirit keeps saying diamonds don't forge unless there's pressure. Spirit,
Oh,
I've literally have this in my
true.
journal from
Uh-huh.
going back years ago. And this is why it's so important to keep journals with dates. Because and you see, this is the other thing too,
Okay.
is like I've noticed, especially like I've talked about the spirit babies before, like my spirit children have literally thanked me for putting in the work I've done to break the family cycles I have broken, so they do
Ah,
not have to
had
relive it.
the
And
same
that is why I am
experiences.
so
Yep.
stubborn about finding a
Uh,
decent guy.
mm-hmm.
Like, yes, I'll have fun, but until then, like
No.
like we said prior, like until somebody's willing to step up and show up and continue to put in the work and
Yeah.
it's consistent, it's like, because you know what, words lie, energy words lie, action lies, but you know what doesn't lie? Energy.
No.
And that's the thing, like people, that's why people get deceived, because they're not looking with their soul. They're looking with their eyes. Like everything is an illusion.
Wow.
Literally everything is an illusion.
That's crazy.
Because you know what?
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't seem, because you know what Spirit keeps telling me? It's not possible, it's probable. Because the only thing you need is you just need to believe in yourself. And you just need to love yourself. And you just need to get in alignment with yourself and with your own spirit and with your own soul.
Good.
People, I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's people watching, drink water.
Mm-hmm.
It's working is not an excuse. Drink
Okay.
water. Okay. And that's the other thing. It's like you have to be able to master all bodies, whether it be your spirit body, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
your emotional body, whether it be your physical body, or whether it be your mental body. Okay. Because without all those four being in alignment, forget it. Okay.
Okay.
Forget it, because until your soul is in alignment with who you are, you're just going to be chasing, because once you're in alignment, the rest will flow to you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
it's kind of like that Kundalini awakening, like too, where it's like, again, spirit saying too, but it's like one of those things where sometimes you have more of a, you sometimes people like me are meant to trigger people into awakenings. Okay. So like what that means is like we aren't always we are trained as humans just to see things from our own perspective. We
mm-hmm.
are only concerned about how we feel. But you see, that's the thing with empaths, and that's the thing with super, because there's no separation for them. Like there's a lot of times I have to sit back and I have to, like, for a very long time, it's very easy to get lost in other people's things. It's very, and especially when you're sensitive. Yep. And this is the thing where I was going with you, where your throat chakra is over popping. Yeah. Because do you see how I literally just explained so much and it literally didn't even make sense?
Well, yes and no, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's literally what that is, Jill. And you know what? This is the other thing, because I literally did grab a glass of water.
And now you have no idea where the heck you put it or where it went.
Like, this isn't, and I'm not forgetful.
No.
Like, this is
Just look
spirit.
around you. It's nowhere near
No,
you, like
no,
within arm's reach. Okay.
no. But it's like, and that's the thing. Like, and I also want to talk about that commitment to yourself and commitment to consistency. Because I feel like that's the thing where it's hard to like commit to anybody else if you can't even commit to yourself and your own dreams.
Yeah.
Point blank, period, you know? And see, this is the thing. Spirit keeps avoiding because you avoid topics. You avoid topics to heal because you don't ever want to address what's really wrong, Jill.
True. I know there's a lot I have to heal and a lot that's within me that's not changed, not fixed. That's why I am the way I am. And I just
But
feel like,
you know, you can fix that. You can fix that. Like, you can do so much. Like, there is nothing that holds you back, Jill.
well, there is, right?
No,
Technically,
no, technically, Jill.
my fear holds
See?
me back.
No,
I
but you
think.
see, that's the thing. Fear is an illusion.
Okay.
Everything is an illusion. You just have to retrain your brain. And you see, that's the thing. That's what I'm good at, because I'm good at getting in your head. I naturally get in your head. I naturally get in your emotions. I naturally do what you do. I'm a natural mirror, Jill. I can't help it. It's my blessing and it's my curse, but I might as well make good of it. And this is how I make good of it.
Oh.
And you see, this is the thing. Like, even with other psychics, I don't even know what I am. Like, this is the thing. Somebody asked me the other day what a medium is. And like, this is the thing. I feel like every medium is different and every medium fits the scale. And it's like almost one of those things, like, I don't even really know what I am, because like I literally have all of it. I'm literally all of it, because I'm meant to relate to everybody, to help everybody. And you see, that's a thing. I'm a healer because I've healed my own trauma. And I can heal other people now. Like, I can send you distance Reiki. I don't even have to be there.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think my trauma comes from just childhood, my parents not getting along and what that did
Yes,
to me. And it
it's
affects
your
my
root
relationship.
chakra,
So I'm like,
Jill. It's your root chakra. You're all over the place. You just need to go through and do a whole chakra reset, a
okay,
whole entire chakra reset. And I'm tingling right now, so that's important.
that's it. Okay.
And you need to step back and stop chasing. You need to step back, because you're chasing everybody else. Okay, if you were the only person on earth, who would Jill be? You don't know how to answer that.
What would I be? Can I be honest? I'd feel calm, less overwhelmed if it was just me, because I feel like my life revolves around all my kids and their activities and everything they do, and then everyone else, and I'm doing for everyone else except myself. I don't know what I would do if I was by myself. Would I be bored? Would I be calm? Probably relax and calm, but also feel a little like, well, what am I gonna do now? Because I'm not used to just doing nothing, which it'd be nice to know what that feels like every now and then, but I don't know what that feels like anymore. I don't know who I am
And you know
anymore. What?
What I can train you to do is I can train you to get that space in your mind. So regardless of what's going on around you,
Yeah.
you have that peace. You have that sanctuary. You have that inner calm, because once you master your mind, smooth sailing. And that's not to say there's not going to be bad days, because that's the thing with this whole spiritual thing. And you know what? I'm going to call this out, because I feel like with this whole influx of spirituality, I have people come to me and be like, I just spent $200 on a reading and I didn't even get anything out of it. And then I'm like, well, see, this is the thing. Spirituality is blowing up so much. There is getting fewer and fewer and good psychics are good psychics. You can hold your own, hold your own. But there are people who should not be offering intuitive reading or
really
psychic advice or tarot card readings, because there are things that can really mess with your head. And you see, that's the thing. My thing is, and especially in this whole twin flame era and chasing and us not being whole on our own, I'm trying to shift it. I'm trying to be over here like, no, people. do you first,
Yeah.
because you're never going to be fulfilled chasing somebody else, And Jill, because there are so many people who don't know who they are by themselves. And you see, that's the thing. What would you do if nobody was watching? Because you see, that's the thing. That's what you need to
Dance
do.
like no one is watching. That's that
Exactly.
saying.
Go
Yeah.
dance in the rain, literally. That's
Like
what
you
I
do.
do.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. And it's like, don't be afraid to get dirty and play and all that stuff, because you can't be searching for other people and all this, There is no such thing as you get lost in the sea of life, man. And what I am is I'm that lighthouse that pulls you back to your soul. Like, I pull you back to your soul. And that's what I do. And that's what I'm trying to do with you, Jill.
Thank you. You're such a good friend. You are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's what I mean. Define what your meaning of a friend is.
Yeah. I don't have many friends. I mean, I do, but I don't. I have superficial ones like social media friends. I don't socialize. I don't have my family. I have one best friend I don't even see. Haven't seen her in eons, but like I'm social, but I'm not. I have like anxiety about going out and
Yes.
seeing people and like
Because
it's just
because your
overwhelming.
root chakra, it's your root chakra. There is so much that pulls you down.
And root, where's the root? Is
So
that like
your
my
root chakra is your
coccyx
first chakra. So it's the very base,
base,
like
like the butt,
very,
like where I sit?
yes, kind
Okay.
of, yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
So that's your bottom chakra. So
Okay.
what you can do is you can get outside, you can really ground, you can go hug a tree, go meditate. There are frequencies on YouTube. There's lots of stuff you can do, but it's like you just need to heal yourself, because that's the issue. Because if you can look at yourself and go through your own triggers, and that's what I do,
Then
because I expose the triggers. I trigger the ever living hell out of people. But my personal life, please don't ask about that,
Okay.
because no, well, I mean,
I
it's
know, I know,
fine,
I know
but
what you
it's
mean.
like I'm very much a lone wolf, because my soul's job is literally meant to trigger people and help people heal, like, and trigger healing crises in them so they evolve. And that's kind of like, it's a lot sometimes, but it's also what I love. Because you know what? If I can awaken other people's spirit, always used to say to me, I'm here to wake the lion, not heal the sheep.
Wow.
That's what spirit has always, and there are so many other things that spirit has all, like the diamonds under pressure. Like, you can't have a diamond without pressure. And you know what? The more pressure people put on me, the more people try to put me down, the more expectation people have of me to fail.
Yeah.
It gives me that much more fire and drive to win. And it's not to say from a place where for the ego, it's like, I told you so. It's more of a place from, I'm going to prove you wrong, because you know what? I believe in myself. And you know what? That's all I need. I don't care if this sounds crazy. I don't care if you don't believe me. I don't care if you're in a bad energy, because you know what? If you're in a bad energy, I've learned that karmic lesson a very long time ago. I'm not going to stick around. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to extend energy to you, because you're just going to stay stuck. You're a stuck person. But if I see the light in you and you want to actually find your light and start shining and start healing, I will do everything I can to hold your hand and uplift you and get you to that place of shining. But I will also hold you accountable, and I will not let you fall. But at the same time, if you're not putting that effort in,
work as well.
you're going to lose me.
Yeah.
And that goes for relationships, that goes for clients, that goes for friends, that goes for family. Like, it does not matter. If you're toxic, if you're not serving me, you're out. Until you can heal yourself and go within, I don't care what your tie is to me.
No.
If you're just gonna drain my energy, because my energy is precious and nobody's gonna drain that.
Yeah.
Regardless. And it's kind of like you have to find yourself and you have to find your own will, because and you know what? That's the thing. People complain. People have pity parties for themselves. People don't want to do the work. They just want to stay stuck and accept free handouts because you know what? That's easier.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you want to take the easy road, go right ahead.
That'll be it. Yeah.
You're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
And you're going to spend lifetimes and cycles just being ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not being mean, and being ordinary is fine. But why do you want to stay in toxic, stuck cycles when you have somebody right here that is willing to be a light?
Beautiful.
I don't care about like, I will literally help anybody.
That's so sweet. I love you, Lillian. I'm sorry we're out of time.
Don't
You're on a
worry.
roll, so I was gonna set you up. So I'm sorry. We have to
Sorry.
go. Don't. How do we reach out to you?
So you can find me at Facebook and YouTube at Green Mountain Medium.
We just lost her. Green Mountain Medium. I heard that. Green Mountain Medium LLC.com. I could tell you that much. She froze. But Lillian Williams, thank you for being here. Whether you hear me or not, I apologize. It's all good. Pleasure working with you today and looking forward to the next time we speak. Mwah. Bye, sweetheart. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.